Welcome back, my friend. My name is Michael. I'm in my first year of medicine here in sunny Greece, and for the last 10 years, I've been trying to get more productive. This rat race is exhausting, and Michael needs to retire soon. And along my productivity journey, I've sort of, implemented a lot of tools and protocols. But last week, I discovered something truly marvelous. It saved me 3 hours of lost time in distractions. And I'm a pretty optimized person, so I think it could save an unoptimized individual upwards of 5 hours. So if you find yourself getting distracted, using your phone too much, if you find yourself sort of sitting down and it takes you 2 hours to do something that should take an hour, or if you find yourself lacking clarity and intention and focus and productivity, then I think this method could benefit you. I thought I'd share it with you, and I think this will bring value to society. It's very simple. I do it on Excel, like the Google numbers, but you could do it on Google Sheets, or you could even do it on pen and paper. But I think it's a bit better on the computer because then you keep everything in one place. So I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And in the description, I've got a bunch of templates in different formats so that you can download that template and get started straight away, saving a bunch of time this week. I will also include a Notion template. So, I am sharing my screen now. All right, I think screen recording has started. This is what it looks like, right? As you can see, it's basically like the same thing. So every day you fill in the same thing and you do it for an entire month, and it saves you a bunch of time. So how it works is that we get started, right? Like I've got a blank thing here. I will get started with you. And the first question we got to ask ourselves is, what do we want to achieve over the next month? So you can, the famous 5-year plan, right? You can have a 5-year plan, you can have a 1-year plan, you can have a 9-month plan, you can have a 180-day plan. But you also need to come up with a 1-month plan. You need to ask yourself, what do I want to do this month? And this helps with intention, this helps with clarity, gives you a finish line in mind so that when times get tough and when you're in the trenches and you're slogging through life in the arena, you think, that's the goal. That's my 1-month plan. I got to do it. I got to do it because it's on the spreadsheet. So the first step is we got to come up with our goals. What do we want to do by the end of the month? And the way I see it, you want to get happy, healthy, and wealthy, and you can focus on getting healthy and wealthy, right? Like you can't really focus on getting happy. So the way I see it, sort of your goals can be divided in 3 things. Can be divided in getting wealthy, can be divided in getting healthy, and study/working, which is like what you got to do to sustain yourself in the meantime. Obviously, if something's not applicable, just don't fill it out. Now, so I want to fill this out with you. I've got a handheld. I record it through the microphone, but I want to use my fingers to type. So the microphone's here. I'm going to talk into it. I hope the audio quality is not too bad. I hope it sounds all right. But so, I'm going to do this real time with you. So you ask yourself, what is your goal? So I'm a student, right? I study at medical school. What is my study goal for the next month? I want to get 80% for all exams. Next, I ask myself, what is my goal? To retire, because I want to retire soon. All right, well, I'm not actually getting wealthy from this, but still, it's close enough. 2 YouTube videos a week. There. 2 YouTube videos per week. That's like a get wealthy goal. I'm not making money from YouTube once again. I do it because I enjoy it, but I guess later on down the line, sort of the skills I learn here would become very valuable. So that's that. I've also got a website. It's called studentx.uk. You can check it out. It's basically a bunch of free resources for students. It's community driven. You put in your flashcards and you make practice tests and it shares it with the entire world. There's very little lagging. And we've also got a bunch of directories and basically anything a student could possibly need. We got 44,000 visitors last month, 44,000 site requests. So this month I want to get 50k site requests. And get healthy. I actually think my life is pretty great. I think I'm a pretty healthy guy, but I will just put 60 minutes? 30 minutes? No, 60 minutes. 60 min outside. every day. Now, you'll notice I don't have a lot of goals. This is a very firm belief I've got. Let's have few goals and get them all done. Because I'd rather you have 4 goals and you get them all done than you make 12 goals and you get some of them half done and some of them not done. That's why I think we should keep it at a minimum, as little as possible, but at the very most, like not more than 3 per section. I've got 4. Okay, so that's that, right? This is like for the entire month. These are our goals. These are the 4 things that we want to do. And it's very important that we have the goals. We get clarity, we get intention. And then also, when we go through our day and when we do a task and we do not have a goal to strive towards, we physically feel that pain. So it's like, sure, you can go take a break and go like hang out with friends or whatever, but then sort of you would write down that you spent 2 hours like walking around town. Oh, well, that's get healthy. You write down that you wasted 2 hours and you did not strive towards any goal, and you physically feel that. So that's one of the reasons I think that this works. So that's sort of this column and the reason behind the goals. And then there's also another column that I think is quite unique, and it's the how did I feel column. So there's a lot of evidence that's emerging. Basically, if you feel better, you get things done better, you get things done faster, and you tend to stick to them. Let's try not to force ourselves. And so you ask yourself, how did you feel? Because what you'll find is that your life is pretty great. Like, we just don't think about it. So I like to note down, scale of 1 to 5, how energizing was this? You practice gratitude, you become a happier human. But also, once we've done a couple of these days, right? Once we've done 21 days or 30 days or 1 month or 3 months, what we do is we dump this into an AI. And this is step 2. I'll tell you right now. So I'll tell you for step 2, I'll tell you how I would want to use this with AI. Then I'll tell you for an idea that I have for like this entire project. I'm working on a project that sort of includes this. It's a free project for you guys. And then afterwards, I will fill in all of the spreadsheets with you. That's actually the plan for this video. But coming back to AI, step 2, once you've got a bunch of this data, you dump it into AI, and you can have a free plan. Like ChatGPT and Claude, they all give like free plans, right? So even one of those free plans will suffice. You dump it in there and you just say, do an audit. What are some things that you can notice? What are some patterns that emerge? How would you recommend me be more productive? And what you will find, this is pretty cool, but sort of it'll say, for example, I don't know, Michael, I've gone through the audit. I noticed that on Wednesdays, you wake up and you don't feel as energized, and throughout the day you get, on average, you concentrate for less minutes. This could be due to the fact that on Tuesdays you do your workout at 8 p.m, maybe you're not sleeping too well afterwards, right? So that's an example. Like, that's something that maybe you don't notice, but Claude would notice, or an AI would notice. And so that's the other reason I like to have the how did I feel in there, because then Claude could, any AI, I just use Claude, but any AI could like take a look at your day and it could help you restructure it. Because at the end of the day, we want to be super productive and also live a great life, right? Like, that's the goal. And so that's why I think this how did I feel column is quite cool. So, let me tell you about my project. Now, this is all a template. You download this, you put it in Excel, it's great, it works, it's really easy. Only thing is, it's pretty basic, it's a bit ugly, and then afterwards you gotta prompt it into Claude. I've got a wonderful idea, completely free to you all, so don't skip ahead. But on my website, on StudentX, what I could imagine doing is hosting this, right? And you sign in, so you've got an account, and then you enter your things, right? So maybe on the onboarding, it would ask you, what is your goal? So then you enter in your goal, you talk to the AI sort of figures out your goal. And then every day you would have like a calendar view. And then sort of you can add in the tasks that you do. And every time you add in a task, you could tell it what goal you strove towards. You can link it to a goal, so you can be intentional. You can tell it how did I feel. You can write up a bunch of notes. You can tell it how many minutes you concentrated. Now, the time you spent on a task versus the minutes that you concentrated are not the same thing, right? You could have spent 1 hour on a task, but only concentrated for 30 minutes because of a bathroom break or you went to get a snack. You're not going to write the bathroom break as a new task. That's a lot of work. And so instead, the solution to that, you just pull up a stopwatch. But we could integrate the stopwatch into the site. But you pull up a stopwatch and you just pause it every time you concentrate and don't concentrate. But we can have this all on a site, and then afterwards, AI takes a look at it, and it gives you analytics, and it gives you real-time feedback. And it says, you know, we could optimize this and this and this and this. All of this would be for free, obviously. The only reservation I've got is that I don't want to build this and you guys don't use it. I don't want to build this and not provide any value to society because, you know, whatever reason. So here's the deal. Like, if you want this resource, sorry, the microphone is sliding back. Here's the deal. I hope you guys can still hear me. Here's the deal. If you want this resource, then just let me know in the comments. Just say, Michael, please make this resource. Oh. Okay, let me know in the comments. You say, Michael, please make this resource. I'll make it. I'll put it on StudentX. So very small demand. I think my current top video has 112 views. So all I ask for on this video is 1,000 views. It's not a lot. Like Mr. Beast gets 30 million. I ask for 1,000 views and 100 comments. 100 people just tell me, Michael, I want you to build this resource. I'll build it for free. There will be AI. It will be great. Yeah, so send this video to all of your friends. Send it to your class group chat. Send it to your family. Get everyone's comments. And then I build this for free. And everyone's life is great. Everyone is happy and productive. That's that. Now let me walk you through my day so that you have an idea of how I use this. So I'll give you an example for today. Now I've actually done this. Mine is just like in French, so it doesn't help I show you in French. I'm trying to practice my French. But so I'm just going to do it like new with you today. So we go in the date. Today is the 6th of July. And basically every single thing we do, we write it down. Like you would do it when you did it. So like you do something and you just write it down on the thing. Then you're intentional with your time and you know what's going on. So I'll give you an example. My day today. I woke up at 6:05. Wake up. No minutes concentrated. How did I feel? This is very important, guys. We must write this down. AI will take a look at it. It will help us optimize it and help us become happy humans. I was just looking for the microphone. 5, very energized. I had a refreshing sleep. I finally got an aircon, so I've been sleeping very well these last few days. What did I do first thing in the morning? What I do every morning, I go for my walk and I get ready for the day. I have lemon water with sea salt, and then I go for my walk barefoot outside. I earth myself and I think about what mountains I can climb and what galaxies I can conquer. Get ready. How did I feel? 5, it was inspiring. All right. Now, I had a physiology exam today, so literally the first thing I did when I got back was that I did a final revision session for physiology. Final revision physio. Minutes concentrated. I mean, once again, it took, the time is an hour, but you know, I might have gone to the toilet and I might have like done this and that. I would have it on the stopwatch, but I'm recording this from my phone, so I probably could have checked before, but let's call it 45 minutes concentrated. By the way, this one is like total minutes concentrated, just so that at the end of the day you can see how much you concentrate. You will be surprised. You do a lot less work than you think. Now, what goal did I strive towards? Here we can finally strive towards a goal. So, this one. Right? Now it's like you feel good. At least you're striving towards your goal. And then if you don't get a goal, at least you can get AI to look at the spreadsheet and he says, oh, Michael, but you've only spent 3 hours on the goal this month, like across all of the days. So of course you didn't achieve it. This also provides you with clarity. You know why the goals work and why they don't. How did I feel? It was a 4. I'm feeling very confident. And I've definitely learned a lot these last few days. Then my exam was 8. So afterwards, I got ready for my exam. My exam was 8. And then I went to town and I ran errands. And I came back at, I mean, it's 3:32 now. I came back at like 1:30. Let's call it that. So 7:15. Okay, like in reality, you would split this into many tasks. I'm just going to do it like very quickly now. So 7:15 to 3:30. 3:30, right? Exam. The exam was only at 8, but I had to get ready for it. So exam plus errands. Minutes concentrated. Well, it was a 50-minute exam, actually, so I know for a fact I concentrated for that much. How did I feel? Exam was great. So 5 for the exam. I think it's going to go very well. The errands were exhausting because it's very sunny right now. It is summer in Greece. So 3 on exhausting errands. Came back, I planned this video out. Okay, let's call it until 4 o'clock. I'll edit it. Let's call it 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be 6 o'clock by the time I post this. YouTube video. Right, how many minutes did I concentrate? I mean, once again, I've got the stopwatch ticking, and I'm sort of doing this like for the future. Really, you should be only doing it once you finish the task, right? So really, like, I finished all of these tasks, so right after I finish them, I'll do them. But just for the sake of argument, I'm going to do this one. So the task was this YouTube video. I prepped for it. I filmed it. I'm going to record it. I'm going to hopefully upload it. Minutes concentrated. I don't know. It's like 4.5 hours. Let's just say I concentrated for 3 hours. Like, I don't know. Let's just be conservative. What goal did I strive towards? 2 YouTube videos per week. Oh, actually, when I did my errands, I was outside. So actually, I did my Get Healthy as well. How did I feel? I always feel great when like I do these videos. It's actually a labor of passion, right? I don't actually like have to force myself, but yeah, it always feels great. Labor of passion. All right, I'm not going to fill in the rest of my day because I haven't done the rest of my day and it sort of defeats the purpose. You're only supposed to do it once you've done it. But anyway, we see this is your day. I can actually take this back now because I'm not typing anymore. You see, this is my day. You find that you actually concentrate for very little time, like a lot less than you thought you would. It gives you clarity, it gives you intention, it gives you hopefully boosted productivity, it gives you hopefully gratitude because you see how you feel and, you know, that should make you happier. And hopefully this method works and this method provides some value to your life. And if it does, once again, share it with all your friends, share it with your group chat. I need 1,000 views, I want 100 comments, and then I make this for free for everyone to use. In fact, this will actively cost me money because I will have to get AI to, AI would be an agent and you'd be able to talk to him for this. And that's my AI subscription. So this would actually actively lose me money. Yes. But I hope this provided value. My goal at the end of the day, with everything in life, would be to spend as little time as possible to get as much done, to be efficient. If other people had to study 10 hours for today's physiology exam and I only studied 8 hours, that would be a win. And I can become more efficient by employing a lot of strategies. I've got my Ankies, I've got my study strategies. On StudentX, I've got a bunch of student resources. I didn't have to make, a past paper because some kind gentleman already uploaded it. But I just want to be more efficient, and I found this tool made me more efficient. It helped me save a lot of time, sort of helped me audit my time. There's no more time disappearing. I know what happens. And also I become intentional because now every time I do something that does not have minutes concentrated or does not strive towards a goal or is not invigorating, sort of, you feel a bit bad. And so it's great to have to write things down. I hope this provided value. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.